Greetings! Stay a while and listen to me, Marauder EX, as we play more Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions. Alright, so we're out on the world map now. There's a bunch of stuff we can do. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get new units. Now, you know, I kind of want to keep these guys for the most part. But I didn't get to name any of them, and that makes me sad. And I like to have names of characters that, you know, I can control. Which kind of sucks because these guys have great stats, for the most part. 7364 is really good. That's okay. That's okay. That's actually pretty low. That's pretty low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of their equipment so that I can either sell it or use it on other units. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Yoink, yoink. And one thing that you can see, changing equipment. Equipment is how we actually get a lot of our stat ups. We don't really have like a defense stat, so to speak. So equipment changes your HP and MP and can also add to movement, jump speed, or, you know, your attack or evasion. So like we don't have like a base defense stat that we can modify. We do have things that can modify our defense, but like we can't just go for like heavy defense equipment. This is a rather unique game in that instance. Alright, so now we come to probably one of the saddest parts, is dismissing units. Dismiss Randall? Would that it came not to this? Would that it not come to this? Are you sure that it's for the best? Yeah, sorry. Dismiss Oliver. You no longer need my services? Surely you don't mean that. I mean, you've been around for like all of one fight. Kinnison, won't you rethink this? We've come this far together. One fight. Evelyn, I thought I'd finally found my place. Are you sure you will not have me? You were probably the one that I would have kept the most. Hester, do not say such things. I'll prove my worth to you. I love how they guilt trip you into being like, yeah, you cannot dismiss guest units. So, like, I can't get rid of Delita no matter how hard I try. But that means we're also out of units. We don't have an army. So we need to actually fix that. So you can get male soldiers or female soldiers. Everyone starts off as a squire, I believe. So yeah, female units cost 100 gold less, which a little sexist, but the male and female units also typically have varying strengths and weaknesses. For the most part, female units make better casters than all melee units, whereas male units are better melee than casters. But really, there's really no there's no point in any difference. So let's go ahead and we'll get. You don't really have useful stats. 69 and 70. That's okay. I could actually go with that. Yeah. And you come with a broadsword? Yeah. Let's go ahead and go hire him. This way, and we get to name him. His name is Bouchard? No. No, it is not. I kind of want to stick with my theme of naming characters from Shining Force 3. So, this is going to be Symbios. I was about to say, where's the Y? Symbios. Okay, Symbios. 1,500 gil. Yes, much obliged. So I can buy 2 more male soldiers with the money that I've got. Female soldier. I kind of want to go ahead and go for broke, honestly. Let's see. We'll buy another male soldier. 60, 63. No. That's even lower. No. No. Give me some better rolls. I said better rolls. No. Higher. No. I say higher as in, like, the stats higher, not like I'm going to actually hire him, especially with a Brave of 43. Now, there are some things that you want lower Brave and Faith for. Like, obviously, if you want a unit that's going to be very strong against magic, you want to have a very low Faith. But if it gets too low, they get the status, I believe, Atheist. And Bravery, if the Bravery gets too low, the unit will, in battle, turn into a chicken. And if it gets too low permanently, they'll just leave you. So you don't want to mess around with any of that. You can permanently raise stats, too. So I would love for one of these units to have decent stat rolls. Alright, at this point, anything that's, like, higher than 60 on both, I would take, but I'm not even getting that. Alright, let's see about getting a female soldier, since the male soldier rolls are getting crappy. If her bravery matched the faith, that'd have been perfect. Okay, yes. Bravery 63, faith 70, I'll go for that. Who do I want to name Margaret? I don't want to do that. I don't want Margaret. I'm going to name her, I'm going to break convention, and I'm not going to name her after a Shining Force 3 character. I'm going to name her after a Dragon Force character, and name her Junin. Junin. And there we go, and let's see if I can get another male soldier that doesn't suck. 65, 66, okay, I'll go with that. Yeah, like I kind of don't want to go for that, but I'm gonna kind of go for that. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'll do it. Well, since I've done a Shining Force and Dragon Force, what's another game? Like, I'm looking at my shelf of games, like, what's another character I could name these after? Like, what's another, like, good franchise that I like? I'm like, there's so many to pick from. Oh, God, crap. Now I'm blanking on a character's name. Like, damn it. Alright, fine. We'll just name him Median. I was thinking of a character from, Mysteria, and I'm blanking on all of the characters' names from Mysteria. Like, I can see the character in my mind, and... Alright, Median. No. There we go. There we go. Alright, so I have... $100 left, which is not a lot. I want to go to the outfitter. We can buy stuff. I can buy dagger, broadsword, except I can't buy any of this because I'm broke. But I do have a couple of broadswords, so I actually wanted to buy more of these because I only have 2. So I'm going to sell a couple of things. I'll sell 2 daggers. And I've got a mithril knife, so that gives me 4 knives total. And then we're gonna go back to not having any money. But I'll have 6 potions. Okay. So now we get to go to another fun part. We have our party. We have 5 people, which is basically the max that you would take into any fight. In story mode fights, you'll take in however many people. You'll typically 5 people minus the guests. So like if you have a guest, so in this case, any story fight we do, Delita will already be part of our deployed force, so we could only deploy 4 other people. But if it's a non-story mission, this is just a random encounter, you can put 5 people in, because it doesn't require you to take storyboard characters. Ramza basically always has to be in for now, again, for story missions, but for random encounters, you don't have to put Ramza in if you don't want to. So, fun things. So let's look at characters. We've got Ramza, who is the main protagonist. He has a unique ability called Metal, whereas other squires have Fundaments. Because Ramza's base class is Squire, like that is his class. But he is a unique version of that class, because he will gain a couple of unique abilities in the Squire class that are exclusive to him. Other squires just get Fundaments, but they are the building block of everything else. So, let's look at jobs. So we've got Squire, which is the base melee class. This is where you will start for any of your melee classes, branching out into those trees. The trees do kind of cross-connect after a while, but yeah. So, in order to be a Squire, Squire is just a default class, as is Chemist. So those are the 2 default classes. In order to access other classes, let's take a look, because I believe Ramza would have access to it. So we've got Chemist, both of which are, that's level 1. I believe I'm a level 2 Squire. And then we've got Knight, which requires level 3 Squire. And then Archer, which I think is level 2 Squire. I'm blanking on that. Who can become... So I can become... Delita is the one who can become either. He can become either a Knight or an Archer, because he has the proper experience for it. So those are some of the job classes to go for. So Chemists are the branch for mage classes. And they are your early game healers and status effect removers. Whereas Squires are, basic melee units. Archers, ranged units. Knights are tanks, for the most part. They have a lot of heavy equipment that gives them a lot of HP. Again, not so much with a defense stat, but it's interesting because they also have abilities that completely decimate enemy stats. Of like, you can destroy their equipment, which, as we saw in the opening fight, removing equipment is basically doing, a percentage damage to their maximum health, because it removes that permanently. Or you can lower their stats for, like, you can lower their attack, their speed, you can attack their MP directly. So, Knights are interesting classes. Archers specialize in charge attacks and range. They can aim an attack, taking longer, for more damage, which is an interesting mechanic. So those are the jobs we've got. Like, right now, let's learn some things. When you are a job, your primary ability will always, the top ability, which is that, like, lightning bolt symbol, will always be whatever is assigned to that job. So Squires get, metal slash Fundaments. Chemists get item. Samurai get draw out. black mages get black magic, white mages get white magic. But you can also set a secondary ability based off of anything you've learned through other jobs. So because Ramza does have, you know, the access to the chemist ability, he can use items. He hasn't learned any, so we do need to learn some items. So we have currently 185 job points that we can spend to buy items. So, and as you can see, some of them are, like, re-equip is a free thing. It's kind of pointless. Treasure Hunter. That is something that I will be posting in other videos, because I will be using it to a degree, but not early in the game, because 100 JP is kind of important to keep for the time being. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy Potion, and I'm going to buy Phoenix Down, even though I don't have any Phoenix Downs. That means I can now heal, and I can raise the dead, but only for one square next to me if it is a sub-ability. So, like, Ramza has to get right next to a unit to use those abilities, whereas chemists can throw them. And now we'll learn, we've got 192 job points on Squire, so we could learn, we have Chant, which sacrifices HP to restore twice as much to an ally. So if you sacrifice, say 14 HP, your ally will be healed 28 HP. Counter Tackle, defend, equip axes. What we really want, I can't afford. I want JP boost, so I'm going to save up for that, because that is actually really important to have early on, because that means you'll get more JP per action. So instead of getting the things that I've got now, that I have access to now, I'm going to save up for that. Move +1 is also another big one for Ramza, or for anyone really. Let's see. Learn, you've got Squire and Chemist. As per what we just did, basically the same things. I'm going to save up for JP boost, so everyone's basically not getting anything Squire related. So we will just learn. And one thing I need to do is assign items to these people, because you need to make sure to assign the ability to them, otherwise it doesn't do anything. Oh, I can't get both with you. Okay, well, you'll just get Potion. And Delita's currently a knight, but he doesn't, or he has 114 in knight, but I'm actually, I'm not going to put items on him because he will use my items, and that will piss me off. But I'm going to change him to a knight. There we go. And equipment will usually be optimized when you change a class. Alright, you need a broadsword. You do not need a dagger. Actually, you're not going to be... I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to change her to a chemist. Because I need a chemist. She will start off as my mage, and then I've got Median and Symbios and Ramza who will start off melee. Median will probably go a mixed route. There's a lot of options. Alright, so this entire episode has basically been dealing with a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, because there's so much stuff in all of this, but hopefully I've been able to add some stuff to this to make it a little more interesting in terms of that. So, like, I've got, you know, character art and, you know, class art and things like that, hopefully that I will be able to add to the video to make it worthwhile. So yeah, I'll go ahead and end this episode here, and I will see you all in the next installment, and I will actually, again, I will save... Can't keep multiple save files. So yeah, I will see you all in the next installment. So till then, later everyone.